The CDI has been slumbering, but it has now been awakened from its slumber. I was looking for some games to play, maybe some games involving some girls, maybe some girl games, but I was looking for the CDI library, and I found something that I had not seen before, actually. Even when we were doing the streams of the CDI's, just almost its entire library. Back when we were doing that, it seems like I missed a particular one that we probably should take a look at. It's called Mutant Rampage, Bodyslam. It's made by Animation Magic, I believe is the name of the developer, makers of the most well-known CDI games, those being the Zelda games. So we got another classic from that group. This one came out after the Zelda games, I believe, so they had improved their craft a bit more. We're going to start playing this. I hope so, because of course this is the Philips CDI, and you never know if you might get the dirty disk error. So let us all pray to Zendo, looking down on us, and pray to him and the Star Lords that we do not get the error and that the CDI works fine and that we are able to play through it. So let us begin. The reason I wanted to play this is because this actually resembles a real video game. Which you didn't get much on the Philips CDI. It actually looks like a 16-bit video game from that period of time. It also looks extremely like a 90s comic book, so let's have a look at it. Look at that logo. Look at the 90s busting through your screen right now. Let's set it up. Oh, wait, actually, was I supposed to get an intro? I'm just thinking about, was there supposed to be an animated intro when I... Did it skip past that? I don't know. I'm trying to remember when the intro was. Was it before or after the title screen? Did it skip? I don't know. The difficulties are wimpy, savage, and insane. You know what? Playing on the CDI, I'm not going to say I'm going to play on the hard difficulty. Like, you know how games control on this system? We're going to play on wimpy. We're going to play on wimpy. We're going to start the game. Hopefully we get that intro. Here it is.
The year is 2068. Things have changed. The Millennium Wars ruined the world's cities. The Grey Tremor Plague of 2017 reduced the population by a third. Radiation from the Thanatos meltdown radically altered the gene pool.
It's a mutant!
Technology advanced. Bioengineers have created animal-human hybrids. Athletes are commonly enhanced with bionics. The CYBERNET, a fiber-optic communication network, links everything. The rage of the CYBERNET is Bodyslam.
So it's a real strong intro. The thing... Okay. But there's a bit of a problem with this game. The thing I don't understand is we play humans, non-mutated humans, who are fighting against the mutant gangs. Now, this is like early to mid-90s. Like, this is the age of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You would think you would be, like, selecting what group of mutants do you want to play as. No, these are the enemies that we are picking. Well, there's no real reason to pick them because we have to do all of them. So we're just going to do it in order. We're going to start off with Law-Free Radicals.
This is El Wolfjam with Bodyslam. We got a new team on the block, the Naturals. Humans, not hybrid, not mutant, not bionic. Listen up while I turn them out. We got Damon Stone, quick with his fists and slick with his feet. Taurus Swift can kick, stick, flip, and sweep. She looks real good putting them down. Black Saxon's big as an ox and strong. He's not fast, but he'll crush some bones. Petrogenocide, boss of the Cybermutes. what's your hit on these naturals?
Humans are obsolete, Elwolf! These guys gotta have a death wish! It's like suicide!
Coming in clear, Hectro. All right, let's jam with Bodyslam.
These are pretty good commentators. All right, we have 3 characters we can pick from. We have Damon Stone, Tori Swift, and Rax Saxon, which is a pretty good name. Once again, we don't actually have to pick one because we will switch in between in the levels. So we'll be using all of them. So we're just going to use them in order because once again, there's no real reason to pick from one. We will use all of them. We'll start with Damon.
This is LA. We're ready to slam. We got the free radicals in a bout with the naturals. Slash Durham, boss of the free radicals. Got any plan for these naturals?
These humans think they know about pain. We've got something to teach them.
All right, so he's the boss of the gang. We're transporting to Los Angeles. So we're going to have to fight through his gang and then reach him. And I guess it's because we're the challengers that we have to fight through his gang. I'm not clear on the rules of Bodyslam. Okay, here's how the game plays. It's basically like Double Dragon. I like how the music is repeating. Okay, good. It didn't actually repeat that. Oh, hold on. Didn't repeat that time. Now it's repeating. It's kind of hard to say. Is that supposed to happen? Or, I don't know. When you're playing with CDI games, a question that comes up quite often is that supposed to happen? Or I don't know. Anyway, we can punch. We can jump. We can, jump kick. We also have a special. I have, it's like some kind of electricity punch. We also have a super, which uses up a lot of health, so I'll use it when I have to. All the enemies have unique names. So that's Buster over there. This is Zoe. I'm gonna bust this trash can. Ooh, trash can meat. There we go. You know how these games work. It's a beat 'em up. You find the meat in the trash can, it gives you health. What else would it do? There goes Angus. I like there's a metal gauntlet that tells you to come forward. I know, some spew. I'm gonna drink that. If we get close, we can throw. This says tag pad in a very ugly font. So why does it say that? Well, that is what we can use to tag to our other fighters like this. Whoop, off we go. We went back to our home planet. Let's pick Tori. So each of them play basically the same. There's not that much of a difference. Some of them are a little bit faster, some of them have a little bit more range, but actually let me try the super. Let's see. So that's her super. Oh, here's some beer. Let me drink that, restore my health. There we go. So all the supers just kind of basically do the same thing. Oh, his head came off. You want to see something extreme? I'm going to pick up his head. Now I can use it as a weapon. I'm going to beat these guys with his head. There we go. There we go. Throw him. How extreme. Now this guy, Harley, he doesn't even look like a mutant. He just looked like a guy. This guy's very rude. He's stinky. Hold on, I'm gonna have to give him a special. He's so rude. There we go. What's in here? It's a 1-up. I got it. So, each character has their own lives. I started off with 7 for each one. Tori Swift now has 8. So, we're starting off with 21 lives altogether. It's kind of a lot. You're stanky. Get out of here, Miller. I'd like to go to the coffee shop. I mean, I'd assume it's open because the lights are on, but here's my tag pad. I'll do a little bit more with Tori for right now. So, the fighting is actually not that bad. Considering it's the CDI, the controls are fairly responsive. I'm gonna get tag out, I guess. There we go. The controls have always been a problem when playing most CDI games. Saxon is very big and slow. But this one's actually not that bad. I mean, if it was on any other platform, I might not be saying that, but because it's on this one, I'm saying it. Once again, I am wondering if the repeating music is something I could avoid, or is that just always going to happen every so often? Drink this crud. Let's take a look at what my super is. There we go. I just kind of stomp on the ground a bunch of times and everyone dies. When the character is in the screen, they will slowly regain health. So Rack is going to gain his health back over time. Get out of here, Barf. Beating Barf with his own pipe. Here's Bunny. And Precious. I guess we eat the 1-ups. We used to have some projectiles, it seems. So any power-ups we find, I guess we just eat them. It seems to be the case. Not that many enemies per level. Like, the variety, I mean. Like, you're seeing them repeat a whole bunch of times, but I mean, it's fairly common in a beat-em-up. It's just that you kind of notice that, hey, I'm kind of fighting the same kinds repeatedly. But that's going to happen. I mean, I guess Sweetie and Purdy here are new for this section. I want to keep her away from the crud. Her name is Vina Crud. So the thing is that enemies can use your health items. Like, if you hurt an enemy, they can grab the food and eat it themselves. So make sure you keep them away from that, if you don't need to use it yourself. So this game is a CDI exclusive. Never came out on anything else, I don't believe. And that was the case with, I believe, Animation Magic's games. Like, you know about the Zelda games. It's not like those came out on anything else. So it seems like this was a developer that was maybe commissioned by Philips to make some... Oh, see, he got my beer. He got my beer. To make some exclusives for the system. Oh, he got me. That doesn't actually... I have so many lives. I have so many lives. It'll be fine. Here's a knife. I'm gonna pick that up and stab people. This seems like a good time to tag out. Right? Let's get Tori back in here. Long weapons are kind of overpowered. And everything I do is just making the music repeat. Sometimes it just kind of, it goes for a while without repeating, but then the sound effects from attacking enemies or picking up items seems to be making it repeat. Nope. Wasn't able to get that beer, but that's fine. My health is doing all right. We've gone through a number of sections so far. We must be getting close to the boss. We just exited Bar, which, I mean, it's basically the best name a bar could have. You know exactly what it is. It's the Bar of Bars. Yeah. Let's bring in Rack Saxon. Here he is. Stomping the ground works wonders for him. I mean, you think he must be incredibly strong if he's able to create some sort of killing earthquake just by stomping the ground. But when it comes to actually punching these enemies, he doesn't seem all that much stronger than anyone else. There's something on the ground. Gulp, I ate it. I don't know what it was. The graphic wasn't that detailed enough to really tell what it was, but I ate it. Yeah. Like I said, if this was on any other system, I wouldn't really be considering it impressive. It's just that it's on this one. And when we see what other games are like on this, it's something that they were able to get this out of it. This wasn't made to be a video game system. This was made to play video. It was meant to be a platform that could play like educational software and play movies. Oh, here's the boss. He's Slash Durham. The bosses have multiple health bars. We did it. We defeated the gang that ruled Los Angeles. The humans won.
Ooh-wee! The Naturals left those mutants bleeding in the dust. What's your hit on these Naturals?
The free radicals are mutant wimps, Wolf. Wait till the Naturals face somebody tough.
So this guy never has any faith in the Naturals. He always makes excuses for why we win so much. He wants the mutants to beat us really badly. But we will see. We will see if that happens. We're going on to the next level, Anamorpharoma. Once again, doesn't actually matter who we pick.
Here's an animal slam in old ruined Rome. Anamorpharoma is about to bite the naturals. Tina Felina, boss of Anamorpharoma. What's in store for the naturals?
I cannot wait to claw these naturals, especially this Demon Stone. He will bleed.
So I don't have to, probably don't have to look to know that this will be many people's favorite boss. We're going to Rome. The theme of this team is that they're sort of animalistic mutants, like TMNT. Like, see, here's a rat guy and a goat man. So that's the idea that's going on here. Goatman is pretty tough. It's kind of... Oh, here's Centaur Woman. Centaur Woman is also kind of difficult to get right, but if you use the super, it's really not that much. And then throw... Just pick up this horse woman and throw her. It's fine. And... I don't know what this guy's supposed to be. Would you say he looks like a mutant, or he's just like kind of a... He's like kind of... He has like a man with large shoulders. Anyway, here's the forum. You can tell because of the glowing sign that says forum. Oh, that's Damon Stone's super. Once again, just kills everyone on the screen. The supers are very good, but it uses a lot of health to do them. Get out of here, Dionysus. There's like a... I guess that's a water fountain right here. We're gonna bust it open and find the prizes inside. There's a sandwich. Mmm. This game seems to really try its hardest to work around the limitations of the CDI. Let me give you an example of that. I think the CDI, well, the controller I'm using, the gamepad I'm using for the CDI, has 3 face buttons. It has a D-pad and 3 face buttons. Now, the fact that it has 3 face buttons is kind of odd, because something that I've noticed in other CDI games is that they only respond to 2 face buttons. And I think that is the case with the CDI as a system. As hardware, it can react to directional controls, and it can react to 2 face buttons. Not more than that. This controller has 3. There's another CDI controller that has 4. They don't do anything. It's 2 buttons. That's all. And that's one reason why a lot of games don't play so good, because there's 2 buttons and nothing else. So, the thing about this game is that it actually does use all 3 face buttons. Now, how does it do that if the CDI can only support 2? The reason is the third button is your super attack, and the way you do your super attack is by pressing the 2 face buttons together at once. And they mapped that to the third face button. So by doing that, they gave this game a third button to use. The third button is just the first 2 pressed at once. So that's an example of what I mean by they really tried hard to get around the limitations of the platform. Pasta. Why would you be named Pasta? He doesn't even... And this is ZD? Why would they be named this? They don't even look anything at all like their namesakes. Maybe they just like eating it a lot. I don't know. What about this guy? This is Rico. He doesn't fit with the theme. Out of here, Calzone. I'm going to tag out. Oh, new enemy type coming up. It's just like a short man with an upside down face. See? It's this upside down face. He's Morphos. Hit Morphos' stick. Once you have the stick, you can just kind of go to town on Fos and Pasta and Ziti and all of them. What's in here? There's some wine. Gulp. And Roman. I mean, Roman gave me the big back body drop, but he too is vulnerable to the stick. And Erebus. Don't forget about Sebi. I just realized that the music has not been repeating. That's a good thing. We've actually been getting further into this track. Here's like this little muscle man right here. Look at him. Look how short and muscular he is. He's Martini. He's actually pretty good at punching us, so let's try to get away. Oh, music repeated once I smashed that thing. Still don't know what's causing that. You have some rat men who are wearing these white coats and look very vicious. They just kind of remind me of the Lizard from Spider-Man, just like the pose and what they look like. And I just was thinking that because a lot of the imagery of this game really does seem like it is heavily inspired by 90s era comic books. Let's tag out. Damon's back up. Let's go get his sword. Again, I'm not really sure what the rules are or purpose to this tournament is. The whole thing's called Bodyslam, and the idea is that our team of 3 go around the world fighting these mutant gangs. And I don't really know why we're doing that. I assume that normally the gangs would fight each other and maybe they would send 3 warriors to go fight the opposing gang, but now the naturals are on the scene. And I don't know if we win, does that mean that we have to get a gang of natural humans together to defend our turf? Because the mutant teams are going to be coming after us? I don't know how this works. Gulp. Or are we doing the... Oh, here's a harpy. Hold on. Harpy is flying above me. Oh, she is taking it to me. Let's use the super. There we go. Turned her into a skeleton. Or maybe we're going around the world fighting these teams of mutants to kill them in order to take the world back for humanity. Like, maybe that's the idea. And if that's the case, I don't really know if I'm on humanity's side here, because it seems like, hey, the humans had their chance, right? Maybe it's the mutants' turn now. Maybe that was just what natural selection determined. Who's to say that they should be eliminated? Right? Like looking in the background, there's like some kind of orb that's on fire in the background. And the thing that's making me think about is how on the CDI, it was apparently really hard to do animations. So frequently, like animations like that would just be done by cycling like the color palette around, which is what's happening there. It's not actually, the sprite is not actually moving or anything. It's changing colors. That's a common effect that was seen on the CDI because, hey, animations are hard on this system. Oh man, this rat and harpy combo is a difficult one. But there goes Mario. Well, I get all my health back, so of course that means this. Take it, Chari. Oh, he's throwing me out of the air when I do the jump kick. Get these suds. It's always good of the enemies in beat-em-ups to just hang back while you drink or eat. Even though they know you're going to get your health back, they just let you do it. No? Is there someone else who's supposed to... Oh, there we go. He just couldn't come on the screen because I was standing there. There we go. Now the gauntlet beckons. There goes Vita. As we all know, Vita does mean life, but in this case, the only thing awaiting Vita was death. I kind of wonder, considering the library of the CDI, how much of a market was there for like a traditional video game like this? Because you didn't really have much of that on the system. And you had to have known that if you were going to buy one. Like, obviously this is not the kind of game you were coming to the CDI for, because the CDI just didn't have much of this. So I wonder how much of an argument of an audience there really was for this kind of thing. Like, were the people who were buying CDIs, were they coming to it for games like Voyeur? Mature games that featured real actors doing serious acting. Oh, hold on, it's the boss, it's Tina Felina. Hold on, let me see what we can get. One up. Out of here, because... Oh no, my life is... I got my health back because I got the 1-up. I forgot that's how it works. If we get a 1-up, we get our health back, apparently. I don't really know. I don't know why. Anyway, here's Tina Felina. She is going to slash me. I'm getting thrown around. Hold on. It sounded like she wanted to fight Damon Stone, so I guess we'll bring him out. I don't know why she mentioned him specifically. But alright. And the music has stopped, apparently. I guess to underscore the seriousness of this conflict. Got her with my twisting electric punch. And she's moving around real fast, kind of hard. Oh, hold on. There we go. I was actually surprised myself that I grabbed her. Didn't react immediately. There we go. Got her with a big combo. I grabbed her and she threw me out of it. Unfortunately, I have a lot of lives, so I guess it doesn't really matter. There we go. Just took one more kick.
Ooh-wee! The naturals left those hybrids writhing in the ruins. What's your hit on these naturals?
Those freak animals are stupid chumps, Elwolf! Wait till the naturals face someone with brains!
See? He's downplaying our victory, saying that Animorph Roma were just animals, they didn't have brains. Will the Beijing fire dragons have brains? I guess we're going to find out.
We're fighting in the Forbidden City. The naturals against the Beijing dragons. Qigong, what are the dragons gonna do?
The superior fighter uses the enemy's strength, Mr. Jam. We will allow these naturals to beat themselves.
Well, I guess that's not very surprising. Anyway, we're going to Beijing to fight the dragons. They are dragon-themed mutants. I don't know how that works. There's the chairman, and we're also... There's like a ninja, but he's not a mutant or Japanese. Anyway, he's Wong and Chi Li, and there's no music. Looks like the music... We defeated the music, as well as Kwang. So this is something that happened when I first tried this out, is that at some point the music just decides it's going to step out. The first time I tried the game, it did that a lot earlier, like in the first level. Here's a dragon man. His name is Dao. And I don't know if it's ever going to come back. It's like I said, since dragons didn't exist, I don't know how everyone mutated into dragons. Maybe they had some sort of deliberate mutation. Like, is it possible to use science to deliberately decide what are you going to mutate into? Maybe it's not just an accidental mutation. Maybe you can choose it. And like, again, these ninjas, they just look like people. Creak, creak, creak. Here's meat. Look at this guy. This is like a fire demon. So this isn't a mutation. This is just a summoned demon. Look at this. I don't think this is a mutant. I like the sound of the sword is making. It's just a thump. You're just thumping them with the sword. You're not cutting them. It's just like thump, thump, thump. There's like a hand crawling along the ground. You know, can you guess what the hand is for? Are you guessing we can eat it to restore our health? Because you'd be right. See, now I question if we're actually natural humans, because we have like a cast iron stomach if we were able to do that. Huh. Yum. Comes out Rack Saxon once again. Down goes Zing. Lotus is taking it to me. You wonder what kind of government the mutants have organized here in Beijing. You can see the remnants of the previous one, but we don't really get into details about what sort of governance the various mutant gangs have set up for themselves. Then again, considering what we're doing right now, maybe the whole thing is based on just a survival of the fittest and the strongest idea. Are you the strongest? Then you get to be in charge. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's nothing more than that. After all, everyone seems to put a lot of stock in this whole Bodyslam thing where fighters go to other countries and beat up the inhabitants, and I guess that means we're in charge now? I just like how most beat-em-ups will be about something very concrete, like this person was kidnapped, we have to rescue them. This game is about, we hate mutants. We think the world should be ruled by pure humans, so we're going to beat up all these mutants until they accept that. It seems to be the idea here. Oh, did not get that crud. You also think that if they've been in charge for a while, they might clean up a little bit around here. So it wouldn't be difficult to just pick up that column that's down there, right? Or maybe like clean up the fighter jet that appears to have crashed into this building at some point in the past. You know, for ninjas, they're pretty disappointing. They don't do a whole lot, do they? I don't buy them as being trained assassins. I believe someone is asking what was the virus called. I believe they called it the Thanatos virus. What is that? You know, your guess is as good as mine. Glub. Something called Thanatos killed a lot, like a third of the population of the world, apparently? I think that's what they said. I don't think we're getting any more backstory than that. They give you a whole lot of lore, like right at the beginning. And, you know, who knows what any of it was. Look, we can't be concerned about what happened in the past. We're only concerned about what's happening now in the present, which is beating up mutants. That's the only thing. In the world of Mutant Rampage Bodyslam, there is no time to learn about history. It's just all about beating up and killing and all that. That's what you do to get ahead in this world. Huh. Oh man, this guy with his extending body and the shooting of the fire is pretty tough. Look at that. He just extends his torso. It's not his neck, it's his abs. That's what's being extended. There we go. Get out of here, Che Wong. All right. There we go. They were asking for it. Got to give it to them. Hey, he ate that hand. I was gonna eat that hand. This is the boss, Jigang. He said that he was going to allow me to defeat myself, but will that happen? So far, it just kind of seems like Rack's fists are beating him up. I'm sure it's all part of the plan. It's part of the strategy. It'll become apparent anytime now. Okay, there we go.
Ooh-wee! The Naturals beat the dragons bloody as a steak. What's your hit on these Naturals?
The dragons are mutant dogs, Elwolf! Why don't the Naturals fight someone evolved?
See, now he's saying that we have to fight someone who's more evolved, and that's why we're on level 2 with Mexico Carnivoros, Paris Primogens, and Bangkok Komodos. See, now we've passed round 1 of the Mutant Rampage Bodyslam. Now we're on round 2, and I guess these are the more evolved ones. Let me go to options, and we can save the game. So I'm going to save here, and I think that we have saved. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, a few minutes. I hope everything's saved fine. Couldn't really tell from that. It's been a while since I've used the CDI, but the battery should still be good. Actually, hold on, let me look at something. Oh, that's why the music wasn't playing. The volume went down to 0 for some reason. It's not that the music wasn't playing on the disc anymore. It's that something happened to turn the volume all the way down. Okay, so at least that solves that. We'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, we're on level 2. Music is going. We're going to be facing the Mexico Carnivoros. Let's see what their theme is.
We're down in old Mexico town. The naturals are going after the carnivoros. Piedra Sangria, do the naturals scare you?
Why should we worry, Senor Jam? These humans, ha! We will crush them easily.
She didn't look that much like a mutant. Like, her teeth were a little long. That's about it. She looked mostly human. I mean, she crushed a rock, but considering how strong our naturals are, they can probably do that themselves. Alright, Mundo, I've seen this character type before. And here's Juanita. What is it's like a rotten hamburger? Kinda looks like it. Paco. I need you to get out of my face, Paco. It's kind of hard to outpunch this character type. Like this wrestler-looking guy. These, like, gazelle women is what I guess we're looking at. It's about time for Demon Stone to get out of here. I like how eating the 1-up gives you all your health back. It also gives you a 1-up, but you know, you're eating it, so of course you get restored. Oh, hold on. She has more than one health bar. Gadsby does. So are we entering a stage of the game where the last enemy per board is going to have more health? More than one energy bar? Maybe that's the case. Oh, look at this green mist he's spewing. Pablo I'm talking about. I do seem to be doing the best with Rax Saxon, though. Like, it seems when just walking up to someone and punching, he kinda seems to be doing a little bit better than everyone else. It's not that much of a big difference, but a little bit, a little bit. Oh, look at all this ramming. He was taking it to me. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Just kind of constantly going with these horns. But there we go. Sword versus sword. Sword wins. I guess that's how it had to go. You know, even though we're on the second round of levels, I'm not seeing this as being that much of a step up in terms of difficulty, which is a good thing, because once again, when you're playing a game on the CDI using this controller, when the game running the way it does, you're not really looking for a lot of difficulty. Right? You know, during the break, someone in the chat did bring up a point about what would a game like this have sold on the CDI? Like, if you had a CDI, you obviously are looking for content because you're not getting that much of it. But are you looking for this kind of game? Say you bought the CD. Oh, man, Carlotta, come on now. It's very aggressive. Say you bought the CDI, and you're playing games like, say, Voyeur, or any of those full motion video wonders that we know and love. Playing it with your remote control. You remember what the default controller for the CDI was like? It was like a remote control with a thumbstick on it, right? So that's what you would be using unless you bought like a gamepad. So what kind of games would you be looking for? Would you want a game like this, which is, does require some traditional video game playing, traditional video game skills? Or would you just not be interested in this? Would you consider this game to be beneath you? Look, if I wanted to play some kind of Double Dragon style beat 'em up, I would have bought a console like the Genesis, like the rest of the plebeians. No. I spent a lot of money on my CDI console. It's not a video game console, mind you, but it's a computer entertainment console that lets you watch movies on disc. Not these videotapes, but the much higher quality of CD video discs. You can play educational software, like there was probably like a version of Encarta or something for this. You can play some interactive TV, like that episode of Thunder in Paradise. What is that on the ground? Is that food? Should I try to eat that? Well, I guess I'm going to try to eat it. Yeah, okay. I ate it. I was wondering if that is like a hazard or something. It was not. It was food. So if that's the sort of mindset you have when you buy your CDI, are you interested in the more traditional video game like this? Even though I look at this and say, well, this is clearly like a step above a lot of stuff that was on the CDI, would the common consumer for the CDI think the same way? Like, would there be a market on the CDI for this kind of game? It's kind of hard to say what the market of the CDI was to begin with. It was seemed like such an unfocused idea. What was it that they were trying to hope to do? I mean, like, you might say that they were trying to do like what Microsoft was trying to do with the Xbox and make their all-in-one entertainment system. But that was a lot harder to do back then. Because, hey, the movies you're going to watch are on this CD. How many people are going to release their movies on CD? It doesn't seem like a whole lot of people want to do that. As opposed to, like, the platform that, you know, like VHS, that people are actually releasing their movies on. How many people are going to release these movies on CDs? Especially considering that you needed to buy the optional digital video cartridge along with your expensive CDI if you wanted to watch movies. Oh, almost made it. Oh, did I get like a game over or something?
The Carnivoros just crushed the mush out of the Naturals. Piedra Sangria, when were you sure the Carnivoros would win?
When I first saw these humans, such puny people, no problem.
Oh, so we get a cutscene for losing? I had a lot of lives left, though. But I guess if you lose a number of times... Oh, no, we're back here, Never mind. That was odd. Okay, so there are additional cutscenes if you die a lot, I guess. Well, that's good to know. We didn't see them for the first few levels, but I guess they're there. There must be an easier way to deal with the harpies. It's not entirely clear. Just got to get the timing just right, I guess. thinking about the CDI. I probably mentioned this on one stream or another where I was playing the CDI, but I remember that when I was a kid and I saw the CDI being demonstrated in a Sears, the game that they had up was Tetris. And the controller they had connected was the big trackball for kids. Like, one of the controllers for the system was this massive trackball that children were supposed to use for, educational software. I guess it made sense for Tetris to be the demo game because, hey, everyone loves Tetris, right? So that makes some sense, but still, it did seem kind of strange because that wasn't the type of game that the CDI was really going for. They were going for, again, interactive entertainment, full motion video, live actors performing, mature entertainment. But I guess that wasn't enough to sell it. That's not what people wanted to see in the demo kiosks. And if you have to put something in the demo kiosk, hey, Tetris seems like a pretty safe bet. It's not like they were going to put those Zelda games in the demo kiosk. I mean, come on, they were selling Super Nintendos and Genesises right next to those CDIs. They couldn't put that in there. They had to put something in that would have been like, hey, this is something that... Oh, did I get another game over screen?
Oh! The carnivoros ate the naturals alive. Piedra Sangria, did you have to beat them so viciously?
We are teaching them lessons. Humans must learn to fear mutants. Ha!
There's multiple screens. Like, if you die a bunch, you get a lot of commentary from the enemy captain. I didn't realize that was the case. I really don't like the harpies. They're like the one enemy that I that I really don't like it when they show up. There are no weapons or anything on this screen. Also no health. I could die to get my health back and use my super to kill her, but might as well just try it like in a legitimate way. Just jump kicking everywhere. Sometimes she's a little bit lower, but alright, there we go. She's like a little bit lower, but I don't know. No, another one, come on. Come on now, come on. We're going to tag out, and we're going to use Rex Saxon's full health to do another super. Oh, even though his super is to stomp the ground, it still kills the harpy. Well, I'm not going to say that makes sense, but it's what happens. Finally, enemies aside from the harpy. Oh, hold on. This is the captain. The captain is here. Piedra Sangria. She's been giving us a lot of trash talk in these videos we've been seeing. Uh-oh, have I cornered her? Is she trapped? Nope, she threw me. She was able to get out of the trap. This boss does seem harder than the previous ones I've been doing. Difficulty has gone up a bit. But still, there she goes.
Ooh-wee! The naturals left the carnivoros on the ground. What's your hit on these naturals?
The carnivoros are dumb as toads, Elwolf! Wait till the naturals fight somebody smart!
I believe he said something like that before. It's just always with this guy, wait till the naturals fight someone blank. It's never good enough for him. Well, the next level, we're going to fight the Paris Primogens.
We're down and dirty in gay Paris with the naturals against the primogens. Gaulovine, do the naturals have a prayer?
No, but I will certainly offer them a toast!
Yep, I'm not sure what's going on there. He has a face on both sides of his head, I guess. Can't sneak up on that guy. One of them will offer you wine, and the other one will stab you with a broken bottle. Still don't know what's causing that to skip. Or I mean to repeat. Anyway, here's the broken bottle, I think. That's what that is on the ground. It's getting taken to me by the intro enemies. Like he can extend his arm now. I don't think he was doing that before. This is an upgraded version of this particular enemy. It is difficult to get a punch on him. We just move it out of the way. Like, why, Yvette? How are you a mutant? I'm just not seeing it. I mean, she moves real fast. She comes on the screen just like running real fast. But and Chantal, I'm just not seeing it. Why are you not on the side of the naturals? There we go. Yeah, this guy again with the green tank top. Bastion this time. Got his little extending arm. Well, he certainly can knock me out of the air. Now let's see how Rax Saxon fares. I always like when I defeat an enemy only to be immediately replaced with the same enemy. It's very fun. Oh, new enemy. Lady with whip. Apparently her whip can shoot electricity, is what I think is happening there. Now hitting me repeatedly with the whip. There we go. Of course, our refreshing bubbling sludge on the ground is over there, so if we need to get our health restored, we can just drink that, as you do. I need to get Alexandre's pipe. The pipe is a very good weapon. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no. It's off the screen now. Well, maybe Alexandre will pick it back up. No, he did not. He did not pick it back up. Looks like he was just thrown onto the screen, Antoine. Oh, Fifi was hiding in there. And it's a new character type, I guess. New enemy type. And she's got like a long electric tongue. And I'm... Okay, yes, I picked up that guy's head as a weapon. Don't know how effective that head is as a weapon. Doesn't seem like it has any additional range or anything. See, why is Fifi hiding in these boxes? I mean, there are items in there, there's food, but so was Fifi. Just keep repeatedly jabbing out a head. Just find a head to keep thrusting at people. It'll solve your problems, I guess. Rack Saxon, a lot more lives than anyone else at this point. Well, Tori lost a lot of lives. There was a point there where she was fighting a bunch of tough enemies and there were no tag pads. So, is this enemy type the guardian of the food in this level? Because it seems pretty consistent now that they've been coming out of these boxes with the food. Oh, there's no sound at all at this point. So did both the music and the sound effect volume go down to 0? I guess we'll find out when we're done with the level and we'll take a look at the options. Not that it's a bad thing for the music to... both the music and the sound effects to just go away. It's not like the audio work in this game is the best. Not like we need to keep hearing it. Just hitting these buttons in silence. Looking at it just emphasizes the struggle that these characters are going through right now. You kind of wonder what lives these characters lead when they're not taking part in the Bodyslam. I believe the Bodyslam is the name of this competition that we're in, by the way. Do they just hang out all day in these ruins? It's like every city is ruined. Do they just hang out here, or are they trying to make lives for themselves? Oh, there's like a little mutant fish. I ate it. Are they trying to build homes? Like take what they can, salvage what they can, and try to build a life for themselves out of the ruins of the old. Have they been able to produce their own food? Like, have they been able to develop farms? Have they been able to get the old factories up and running again? Is this a situation where the apocalypse has happened, but they're still able to create new things? You know, the worst kind of apocalypse is when nothing new can be created. The only things that exists are the remnants of the old world. There goes the music. It came back with Rack. and nothing new can be created. So that's the worst kind of apocalypse, because you know that the world is on a time limit. Eventually they're going to run out of the old stuff, and they don't have the means to create the new. I don't think this world is as bad. It still seems like there is some kind of society functioning, even though it's a very violent one. And it's one that hasn't been able to rebuild the great cities of old. But there still seems to be something there. It's not just completely gone. Like, there is some kind of TV network, since the Bodyslam is being broadcast, right? We have those commentators. They're commentating on something. And maybe the Bodyslam is the thing that the people of this world use for entertainment. Like Stefan here, maybe when he's not killing people himself, he's hanging out in the bar, watching the TV with his fellow mutants, watching the Bodyslam happening in some country far away. And then they're told, the Bodyslam is coming to our city. It's coming to our town. We're going to have to fight. And then you wonder if they're happy or if they're pensive about it. Like, they have to act pumped about it, right? They have to act like they're really into it because that's what's expected. But they have to be wondering, well, maybe it's my time. Maybe my time has come. Maybe I'm not going to survive this. Yeah, the Naturals are just normal humans, but they've been somehow able to kill everyone in their path. So maybe when they get here, maybe I'm not going to survive. And maybe that's for the best. Maybe you just don't want to live in this ruined world anymore. Maybe you tried to find your happiness and you were unable to. Everyone else just seems to be really pumped up to live in this world full of violence. So you're not sure if it's real or if they're putting on a facade. Because obviously in a world as violent as this, you can't show weakness. You can't show emotion. You can't indicate that maybe you're not happy living in this ruined world. Maybe you need more than just the Bodyslam. You can't let them know about that. You have to pretend that you're really hyped up for it. Like, why are the Naturals even doing this? Why do they want to? Were they hired to do this? Do they have some sort of higher purpose in doing this? Maybe they want to take the world back for humanity? Or maybe they're just big racists. Maybe they just get off from killing mutants. Maybe they feel they're superior to mutants. They feel that mutants are the lower life form, and the world has to be taken back for the pure race of humanity. Maybe that's what we're doing. They don't tell you too much about the premise, so you can kind of fill in your own blanks here. And Bet here, like this enemy type, is she even a mutant, or does she work with the mutants because she feels for their cause? And she fights her fellow Naturals because she feels that the Naturals are... Oh, here's the boss. She feels the Naturals are in the wrong, and she would rather work with Gallo Vinette, the two-faced man who likes wine and also stabbing. I mean, you don't need to be a mutant to like wine and stabbing. Let's be honest here. His last desperate move was to throw the bottle at Damon Stone. It didn't work.
Ooh-wee! The Naturals left the Primogens hacking like hags. What's your hit on these Naturals?
Drunkards, Elwolf! The Primogens must be drinking some kind of rum! There's no way humans can beat the better breeds!
Drinking some kind of rum? Is he saying that we are pumped up on the juice? Because I would assume yes. I would assume the fact that our humans are killing these mutants would probably mean that they are pumped up on something not natural. I thought that was just assumed. Because how else are we doing this? I'm going to save this on game 2. The reason I'm saving is because I think that we've had enough of the body slam for tonight. But we are not done with the body slam yet, which is why I thought that this would be a 2-streamer. This would be 2 nights. I believe, from what I read, that after we're done with level 2, there is a level 3 with 3 more levels. And then after that, I believe, is the final level. So we're around halfway, I think, in this game. So next time, the Naturals are going to take on the Bangkok Komodos, who are, again, dragons. We've already fought a team of dragons. We're fighting another one. And hopefully next time, we're able to go through and kill all these mutant gangs and win the body slam for the sake of the Naturals and see what the ending is. Why are we doing this? I don't know. I also probably want to get out a PDF of the manual so we can look at that and maybe shed some light on what is surely to be very interesting and expansive backstory and lore of Mutant Rampage, Bodyslam. I hope that you've enjoyed this little time with me as we've beaten up the unfortunates of the world with our purebred humans. And we will come back next time to finish the job with Mutant Rampage Bodyslam. I'll see you next time.